Hello, everybody, this is Purge bringing you guys a replay commentary. It's going to be of Bloodseeker. Let's hop into the Dota buff really quick. Bloodseeker as a hero is arguably one of the most OP... Wow, he's second most popular right now. One of the most OP heroes currently. Maybe not the most overpowered hero in the pro scene, but I think he's in... Let's say, personally, I feel like he's strong, but not unbearably strong. But he's very popular right now. Second popular, that's amazing. I'm actually very curious to see who's the most popular hero. Let's see. Pick rate. Apparently, whoa. The biggest trending win rate. Why did he jump so much? Did all these heroes jump a lot? I don't know what's going on, but let's see. How about this month? Leshrac has the biggest change because he's been very popular, but I feel like Bloodseeker is somewhere here too. He has gone up a little bit. Being picked quite a lot. I don't know how to see... Oh, here we are. Okay. So Bloodseeker is at number 2 right now. Sniper used to be... Did he hit number 1? No, I don't think he ever did, because most matches played is Pudge, obviously. But Bloodseeker being second. Oh, this is this month. How about all time? I believe Sniper, wow, did hit that number 2 spot really hard here. A lot of really popular heroes being played very often. Bloodseeker's actually always pretty much been up there as one of the more popular heroes. And right now he has a pretty good win rate, which is kind of interesting. So that was a little bit more information than I thought I would be getting out of this, but... Yeah, a really popular hero right now, at least this week. His win rate is quite high at 54%. This build is terrible. Do not do it. You need at least, it's almost right, kind of. You need at least 1 skill point in Blood Rage, because Blood Rage is kind of makes or breaks the hero. It increases your damage, counting your pure damage, your magic, or your physical. And every time that you kill something, you heal for 25% of the enemy that you killed with max health. And that counts for neutrals. That counts for everything but Roshan, I believe. So if you kill heroes, you get their HP. If you kill creeps when Blood Rage is on, you get their HP. You can also cast it on your opponents, because not only does it increase your damage, but also increases the damage you take at the same ratio. So you can cast it on yourself to increase your damage, and then you can cast it on your opponent as well to do bonus damage to them. But the problem is that if you cast it on your opponent and then they kill somebody, then they get the heal from it. If you kill somebody that has Blood Rage on it, you also get the heal from it. So you have to be a little careful. Sometimes it's down to the wire. If they kill you, then they get a heal and they win the whole team fight. Whereas if you get the kill and you continue healing from kills, then you end up winning the team fight for yourself. Once again, MVP Forev on the top of the hero rankings. This guy has like big hero rankings on pretty much every hero. It's pretty amazing. He's on MVP Hot 6 for into the main event. So that's pretty cool. If we look at the most used items, Power Tread, Sanjinyasha. I think Sanjinyasha is good on the hero because he naturally gets a lot of damage from Thirst. Normally, Sanjinyasha is a bad item because it doesn't do enough damage, really. But you want to pair it on heroes that naturally get their damage from their skills. And then it gives you lots of movement speed, it gives you damage, it gives you moderate damage, it gives you attack speed quite a bit, I believe. Because it gives, 16 agility, and it also gives... Where's my attack speed? 16% attack speed. So it's a 32% attack speed item. It's kind of like having treads, but you also get all this damage and 32 damage and attack speed. You can slow people. He's basically a chase hero, so the slow is pretty nice as well. It's all around a good item on Bloodseeker, and it got a little bit less expensive, 4,100 gold. So Thirst gives you bonus damage when your opponents are low, so you just want more movement speed, more right click, more HP, all that good stuff, without going all in on damage. So it's also a nice way to give yourself speed without having to rely on having Thirst. So that's kind of cool. Your second skill is Bloodright. It does a delayed AoE silence on the ground. It does pure damage. You can buff this up by casting Blood Rage on yourself right before it does damage, and then it will do boosted damage from that. This ability is good, but it's not make or break. You don't really want to max this out first at all. And sometimes, at least in pro games, I've seen players max it out last. They'll max out Blood Rage first. One cool strat that I saw that Hot 6 actually did in the TI qualifiers is they picked a Bloodseeker in the safe lane, and they put a Zeus mid. And Bloodseeker very rapidly farmed for a Black King Bar, another really popular item, and quite frankly kind of needed in almost all games. That's why the win rate's so high. And then what they did is they casted Blood Rage, the first skill, on the Zeus, and then Bloodseeker would run in after Zeus would ulti with Black King Bar on, and he would right click heroes down. And the reason that was good is because not only does Blood Rage, it doesn't enhance global abilities as much. They nerfed that recently. It only applies for half values in the damage dealer and the receiver are 2200 range apart. So it does less damage if the enemies are far away. Because before you could like Zeus Refresher with Blood Rage and one-shot everybody in some games, and it was a little bit ridiculous. So they nerfed it so that the super range doesn't work, but it still works really well because Zeus outputs a lot of damage. And if you're boosting that by 40%, and you're getting him heals for kills, it's a really good combo. So using Blood Rage to buff up your allies, in addition to Bloodseeker being a strong hero, is the correct way to play Bloodseeker, in my opinion. But in pubs, you don't really see that. You pretty much just see a solo Bloodseeker Blood Raging himself and doing his best to kill everybody. When Bloodseeker first got changed, there was a lot of builds where people would do Dagons and E-Blades and bursty stuff, but they nerfed it so that you didn't get to double dip on Blood Rage on Blade Mail. And the way that worked is, think of it this way. If Blood Rage increases the damage you take, and you have a Blade Mail on, which has a pretty high win rate, let's say I take 200 damage, but I'm buffing that by 25%. Well, let's say I take 200, it's buffed by 25%, which puts me up to 250, and then you reflect that in Blade Mail. And the way it used to work was that 250 that was being reflected, it again gets increased by the damage increase. So basically, Blood Rage was double dipping on damage increase. It was getting basically a 25% and then another 25% increase. So instead of doing 250, it would have done 25% of whatever the heck that is. Let's see. 250 times 1.25, that's a 25% increase. It does 312 damage. So instead of, it was basically a 50% damage increase for 25. You're more than double dipping. And if you had the 40th percentile, then like the 4th level of Blood Rage, and man, it really does a lot of damage. So Blade Mail was way too good, basically, because you were double dipping on Blood Rage. So they removed it so it doesn't double dip anymore. It just does a single dip. You can't amplify the damage for Blade Mail. I think that's what they changed. So we've seen a far less Dagon Blade Mail builds and more right click builds, and it's still good. It's honestly still good, but you can't really double dip. So Blade Mail is more of a situational item instead of a core item. The other really cool thing about it is that, let's say your opponent has 400 HP and I have 400 HP, and I turn my Blade Mail on and they Laguna Blade me. Well, I take the full damage, but before I die, the damage is also reflected to my opponent, but my opponent dies first is how it works. And if you have Blood Rage on, that means you then get healed by them, which means that you don't actually die to the Laguna Blade. Unless it does like somehow more damage than the heal would have done, I believe. It could kill you. So that's another cool thing with Blade Mail. So if your opponent dies the same time as you, or the attack that they land on you that kills you would also kill them, then you actually heal from it. So it's a cool little interaction there. So a couple cool Blade Mail interactions on the hero. But as a whole, Blade Mail is situational. Shadow Blade is picked up in pubs. I think it's a decent item. Silver Edge also purchased in pubs. I think in most cases you should not upgrade your Shadow Blade until a late game situation. It does increase the burst damage. It lowers the cooldown by 3 seconds, I believe. If we look at the cooldown, 24 versus 24 seconds. And it also gives you a Sanj worth of HP, but I think you're better off going Shadow Blade, Sanjay Nyasha, or Shadow Blade BKB personally. Because reducing, the break is kind of nice against some heroes, like against a PA. If you're against a PA, for example, and you don't want to have to buy an MKB, okay, sure, you could buy a Silver Edge so you can remove her evasion for 4 seconds while you try to kill her. But in most cases, people over purchase Silver Edge too early because it's honestly very expensive. It's 2,650 gold just to have a Sanj attached to your item and some slight benefits for your damage break. I don't think the item's worth upgrading fast, especially on an agility hero. If you're a strength hero, you're like, oh, well, I'm increasing my strength by 16, but that's still 16 damage, so I'm getting extra value. In that case, yeah, you're right. You're getting extra value. But on an agility hero, I don't recommend this. Get the Shadow Blade, that's cool, but then make something like Sanjay Nyasha or Black King Bar if you want to go Shadow Blade. But even then, I'm not so sure if you need it. Skull Basher is a pretty high win ratio. The reason it's built often and why it's pretty good is because you build a lot of attack speed items on Bloodseeker, and it also gives you the chance to bash your opponents at 25%, and that's really important because the way your ultimate works, when you cast Rupture on somebody, if they start moving, they take damage, and the amount that they take is based on how much they move and the level of the Rupture. So at level 1, it's 20%, which isn't that much. Don't be too afraid of running it from level 1 Rupture. In most cases, it's better to run through Rupture and then avoid getting silenced from the Blood Rite. But as it gets farther and farther ahead in levels, it does more and more damage. And it does pure damage, and it goes through Black King Bar. So it's very good against a few heroes. Lifestealer comes to mind because he can't just rage to avoid the damage. It's good against BKB carries that need to move a lot. And anybody else that can force your opponent to move. Like Swap is really good. Pudge Hook against people that are ruptured, because them moving in that way would also do damage. I don't recommend getting Force Staff. At level 1, 20% of Force Staff. Force Staff is 600 range, so 20% of that is 120 pure damage. It's very, very low, and that's a 2,000 gold item. And you really don't need a Force Staff anymore on Bloodseeker in any way, because he moves so fast now that that kind of positioning is just wasted. Like, yeah, you can go up cliffs, but you can already run so stupid fast that, if anything, you move too fast in some situations. So really don't recommend a Force Staff. At level 3, it would do 360 pure damage, which is actually a lot. Maybe in late game it's kind of worth it, but at that point you're probably better off spending your item slots on something else, since you are going to be able to farm very fast. And again, the reason you farm very, very rapidly is because you get a Quelling Blade, which increases your damage by 32%, 40%, sorry, they buffed it. And because you're also blood raging yourself, which further increases your movement, your damage. And then if people are low, you're also getting bonus damage. So you just have tons and tons of damage acceleration that allow you to jungle and farm very, very fast. And if you play your cards right, you win team fights and get kills. So here's he's good against. By the way, if we look at stats really quick, decent strength gain, really good agility gain, and okay intelligence gain. But the intelligence isn't a big deal, because the only spells you ever cast are that cost mana, that is, are Blood Right for 100 and Rupture for 150 to 250. Blood Rage, no mana. So base movement speed very low, 290, but your base damage is very good, and your sight range is normal, and yeah, your movement speed is very fast when Thirst kicks in. So here's a good against. Good against Omni Knight, because you can silence him, and you can do pure damage through magic immunity. So nothing Omni Knight can do will stop rupture damage except for healing. And being able to purify or use the first skill, whatever it's called, I can't remember. Man, I'm surprised. Usually I can remember skill names. I'm actually going to check that out, because I can't believe I forgot. Purification, okay. I was thinking Purify, but that wasn't quite right. So Omni Knight is apparently bad against Bloodseeker, but not a huge advantage. We've seen bigger percentages in Dota Buff before. Good against Undying, because Silence, Rupture, the hero just kind of dies. Once he gets Silence, Undying is a bad hero. And he's also a little weak to physical damage, because his armor is very low. Good against Abaddon, because Abaddon can't really make up for the fact of healing. You can't, like... You kind of want AoE heals, I think. You don't want single target saves when you're playing against a Bloodseeker, because you want to keep everybody's HP really high, and you also want to be able to preferably lock down the Bloodseeker, and all Abaddon can do is slow him, and slows do very, very little against Bloodseeker. Good against Spectre, because Spectre just kind of Bloodseeker just kind of kills heroes. Does a lot of single target damage, can silence people. Spectre can ulti to get away, but if he can't do that, Spectre is pretty much a terrible hero. So Spectre is really needs to move to be effective. Good against Silencer, I don't know, low armor. Silence doesn't really do that much against Bloodseeker. He still right clicks really hard, and he buys BKB often. Good against Anti-Mage, because he does lots of pure and physical, both of which counter Anti-Mage. Anti-Mage is good against magic damage. Weaver takes a lot, has low HP, and you can't just run away Sakuchi because you're ruptured, so Weaver is countered. And Lycan, same thing, really fast, but is countered by movement. So he's bad against. Wisp has a good advantage, probably because you can relocate people back to base if somebody gets ruptured. And also, Wisp reduces the damage that people take. And in addition to that, Wisp can also heal people. And if people are being healed, that means Bloodseeker has a lower chance of being able to kill them. And then they may be able to kill him back and get the heal from the Blood Rage. Good against, or bad against Tinker, because Tinker can TP out. He can also laser him to prevent him from attacking for 3 seconds accurately. That's among other things. And Earth Spirit, silence, stun, disables, lots of damage over time. Probably just the whole silence stun thing, I guess. Good movement. I don't know. A little surprised to see Earth Spirit here. Bad against Alchemist, because Alchemist has minus armor and a hard stun, and also he has pretty good regens. His HP is usually high, but his armor's a little low, so he can die to Bloodseeker, I feel. But apparently good against Storm Spirit. I'm a little surprised about this one. Probably because Storm is very slow heavy, I would say. And storms that are out of mana would get cleaned up really easily, but I feel like landing the silence versus a storm is not very easy. Also, you can just ball lightning if you get ruptured, and there's no threat there. So I'm a little surprised to see the storm. It's probably because of very, very fed Bloodseeker. It's easier for Bloodseeker to kill Storm than vice versa. Storm has good damage, but it isn't super bursty, because it's based on magic and casting spells in between. Whereas Bloodseeker's damage can basically be full carry plus amplified by 40%. So Bloodseeker could have like Daedalus, MKB, AC, Abyssal Blade. And at that case, if the Bloodseeker is running faster than the Storm, all you gotta do is right click the Storm, and at some point you'll catch him and potentially bash him and just burst him down in like 10 hits or something, which is dangerous. So that's probably why. That'd be my guess. Why is it good against Oracle? Oracle has pretty weak disable. There isn't that much he can do when Bloodseeker goes on him, other than maybe just ulti and TP. Although Oracle does have a pretty bad win rate, but this is especially bad. But if he gets silenced, then he's pretty much a worthless hero. Good against Ember Spirit, physical, tons of physical damage, really good chase, pure damage, all things that counter Ember Spirit, and good against Visage. Visage has pretty low armor, and no disable, essentially, with the exception of a slow, which doesn't do much against Bloodseeker, and the bat stuns, which are very small in the scope of the game. So that's pretty much all there is to know about Dodobuff and Bloodseeker, so let's hop into this game. I think this was an all-random game. Oops, I forgot to close. Let me uncheck this so we don't get any lag. I think this was an all-random game that I played with some of my friends, and it was unranked, I believe, of course, because you can only have unranked if you're playing all-random. And I think there was a pause right at the start, so I gotta super boost this up to catch up. Lena reconnect. Okay, let's see what I did. Oh, that's right, I played off-lane Bloodseeker. Probably not the best plan. I don't know who went mid. I think our Zeus went mid. I went off-lane. We had an Oracle, and Chachi played Medusa. Now, off-lane Bloodseeker is not at all what you should do. In almost all cases with Bloodseeker, I think you should either farm. And jungling with him right now is actually kind of good. I haven't practiced it or anything like that. But if you jungle Bloodseeker, you can jungle very rapidly by using Quelling Blade and killing camps and all that stuff. I think I told the Shadow Shaman here that I wanted to end up soloing, but this game was a while ago. It was like a week and a half ago. So I kind of don't remember what happened, but I grabbed Blood Rage here in an effort to maybe scare them out of being there, but then getting the first blood was pretty... Oh, I'm actually at big speed. I'm sorry, I didn't even realize. I was at 4 times speed there. So I had to get Blood Rage. I didn't have to, but I did. I got Blood Rage at level 1 to hopefully zone them out. If I could redo that again, I would cast it instantly as soon as they got in a good position, and then they wouldn't have been able to get the kill. So that's maybe one mistake I made there. Normally, you'll be grabbing your first skill first. If you're jungling, you'll grab your first skill, and you only want to cast it on yourself when you're about to get a last hit. If you're offlaning, maybe this is the better move to go for Thirst. I think it would have been better still to go Blood Rage because people generally aren't that low. But if you watch my movement speed, you're going to see it move a little bit. And it's slightly off because, again, replay that boots bug there. You're not going to see my true movement speed. But imagine what my movement speed is showing and then add on 50 from my boots. Did a little bit of a side pull here. Decent deny by the Lena. And again, I think it was a mistake to not go for Blood Rage because I could use this to heal, and if I'm playing off lane, it's going to go a little bit farther towards helping me get HP. And the Thirst obviously allows me to run fast and I get bonus damage and things like that, but it really doesn't benefit me that much in the early game, so I would have been better off being able to get a couple HP here or there. This is pretty dangerous. Kind of letting them surround me here a bit. I kind of wanted to get experience. That was a bit of a weird shackle from the large camp, but I was not able to. And if anything, I kind of did a pull for them. I think against a trialing, this is maybe a mistake. And I also probably should have grabbed a ward. Just to block the small camp, it would help out things a little bit. I actually find that most tri-lanes lately I have a lot of trouble with them as an offlane player. Even if I'm playing against people that are lower MMR than me, I seem to have some issues with it. So people lately have been doing better in zoning. They're a lot more used to being like, oh, I need to zone the offlaner to prevent him from getting experience, and they're dedicating 2 heroes to me. On the bright side, that should guarantee that we're getting a lot of farm in the safe lane. And if we take a look at the levels, we have a 1 Shadow Shaman and a 2 Oracle. They should just be pulling continuously, honestly. I don't know if it's blocked or not, but if they pull continuously, they should be getting just about as many levels as our opponents are. But I actually already have pretty big levels. Level 3 is honestly very good. I also let my range creep go through first. If you're playing offlane, I'm just going to give offlane tips for now, and then we'll focus on how to play the other heroes. The reason they tried to kill me there is because I casted Blood Rage and increases the damage I take. I casted it because I wanted to heal, but obviously that didn't work out. I think if I didn't grab my second skill, though, I would have gone for my first instead, is what I would have done. I would have gone 1 Blood Rage with 1 Thirst. My first skill and my third skill has gotten Blood Rage, maybe 3, or gone for a second point in Thirst. That's what I probably should have done. Did not anticipate being able to get that one. I should have buttered it up. Dami has messaged me. Alright, back to last hitting. Lena kind of doing some side harass stuff. Basically, the most important thing is that I just hit level 6. Once I hit level 6, I can probably get kills. I don't know why I didn't go for that creep last hit. Probably, I think I wanted some experience on the neutrals, but it would have been better for me to heal and to get guaranteed gold. Like, I think gold would have been more important. At this stage, it's not bad to get gold on Bloodseeker. I mean, Bloodseeker is very much a snowball hero, so putting him in offlane is honestly quite a big mistake. But it's just a pub, you know? Like, whatever. Adapt your heroes to offlane. I played offlane Spectre today and it went great. Sometimes you gotta learn how to do that weird stuff. It was also an all-random game, actually. Should have gotten that last hit. Slightly bad position there by the creep wave. So first purchase. I should have a Quelling Blade. That's really important because it helps me jungle faster. And it also helps me farm creep waves faster. I'm going to interrupt the creep wave here. That way it doesn't die to the large creeps. One of their supports, like the Lena, should have been zoning me here. I really wish that I had level 6 at this moment. That would have been really nice to have. I feel like I could have just ran back down towards the river, but for some reason I did not. I'm not quite sure why, but I feel like I could have gotten away with that. And either way, the creeps eventually de-aggroed because I was running much faster than them. I'm running about 400 movement speed right now because somebody's a little bit low. And due to that, the creep wave will eventually double back on itself and it should stack and push. So hopefully they're not able to pull the large camp into the creep wave because then that would, again, deny my experience gain. As you can see, they have an observer order in my lane now that I can see due to the replay. Got my last hits, but the creep wave is pushing, so this gives me 2 creep waves, which is pretty cool. And this should guarantee me level 6, which is pretty early at 6 minutes. I think this is definitely a successful offlane. Obviously, we lost the Shadow Shaman there. This is dangerous. I wanted to get that last hit, but the Lena was very clearly pressuring me, which is pretty smart for her, because honestly, this allowed her to zone me a bit. I felt like trading hits with her here. Really nice stun by the Lena. And then I got shackled, which guarantees my death. It was nice play by them. See, the reason I blood righted the creep wave is because I wanted to go for the Lena kill, and if I killed the creeps, then I knew that I could probably kill Lena without Wind Ranger being able to safely cross the tower range. But what I forgot about was that, first of all, if I'm standing over there, I'm completely covered in trees. I mean, Shackle's going to wreck me. And number 2, that Wind Ranger can just use a Wind Run to run past the tower and not have to take those like 4 or 5 tower hits that a normal hero would have to. So because of that, I just ended up dying because I got chain stunned into a shackle. What I probably should have done is run to the right because there were less trees there. But I honestly didn't anticipate the Wind Runner being able to do that. So instead, it's time to go for a kill, and if I can get a rupture off, and I actually did not. So I was really upset about that one, because now I was like, oh man, I'm doing not good in the offlane, I have a few last hits, I'm only level 6, blah blah blah, and I figured they were kind of all here. This is a good attempt to try to save me. He made me magic immune, which stopped the Dragon Slay, but then I took more focus fire damage, and I died a second time now. So I got level 6 really fast, but I probably should have used it to grab a smoke or a TP and go get a different lane. Definitely not mid, or definitely not the offlane. The offlane is tough. They spend a lot of time with 3 heroes here, so it's hard to get that gank off.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Fortunately died to the power shot, and I also don't have a TP scroll here. Although if people get low, I could go for a kill, because I'll have increased movement speed. Wanted to catch the disruptor here. Or somebody. Getting kills is really important on Bloodseeker, because it helps your snowball. Again, I should have way more kills than this, and a lot more experience than this. But because I was offlane and then I died 2 times shortly, one after the other, made things tough. And then I got fogged. That was really unfortunate.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He is moving a little bit because I'm getting some movement speed increase.
Radiant structures are fortified.
And then a very easy kill. He already used Glimpse. He was still level 3. He was. He only had Thunderstrike, so there was absolutely no way that he was going to increase the damage being done. This is a little scary. Had to dodge the Shackle shot. And I'm buffing out my damage. I almost said boofing. Still want to kill the Lena. Killing the Wind Ranger is possible, but really dangerous, so it's much safer just to walk away. And we also spot the Pug now, which is a little scary. Does some good damage to me and continues juking. So a good double kill. The rupture on the disruptor, though a little bit delayed, eventually worked out, so that was good. And now I can just do a little bit of jungling. I probably shouldn't Blood Rage that early, but I did.
Dire's top
So
tower
again, you're
is
taking
under
extra
attack.
damage from the creeps then. It's kind of the trade-off though. Normally what you want to do is auto attack them without using Blood Rage, and then right before you kill them, you cast it on yourself for the extra heal. So the other really nice thing about treads on Bloodseeker is that you're having you kind of have mana problems with them normally. Oh, this is really unfortunate. Good time to rupture. Okay, I did get the kill from him as well. I got 2 kills from that disruptor when the disruptor made mistakes on me, so that was pretty cool. Treads is good for tread switching as well, which you definitely need to leverage a little bit of mana out of the hero. So I really like getting treads on him. Also, you used to go phase. I used to go like phase Urn with a wand. At this point, I told everybody back because there's so many heroes top. I didn't want to even fight. It's like, just back. If they're gonna all sit here, go fight somewhere else. But I used to always go phase, Poor Man's Shield, and an Urn on Bloodseeker, and I would play mid, and I would do some snowballing that way because I needed more damage to get people low. Like you don't, in the past, you didn't have very much damage. Rupture would do damage. If they move, they would get low, and then you get thirst damage. But if they didn't go below the thirst threshold, you wouldn't get bonus damage in the past. Now you get damage if they lose 10% HP. You get damage if they lose 20% HP. Any damage that's taken, even if everybody goes down to 85% health, you still get bonus damage. Before, you'd have to have somebody below like 50% for you to get damage bonus and movement speed. So if you never got them below that, it sucked. So you needed items like Urn or something else, or your teammates to do damage before Bloodseeker was in any way good.
Radiant's top tower has
Looks
fallen.
pretty diveable here. A little bit of a Rupture, Silence, and a damage boost here. There's really not a whole lot he could do. He could have maybe glimpsed me, but, you know, he was pretty much dead. His best bet was maybe running outside the Rupture range, but getting those 3 kills on the Disruptor, and I didn't even realize I killed him so much. Really, really big advantage for us here. Look at my movement speed right now. I'm running for about
Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
550. I didn't necessarily want to kill this guy or anticipate it. I kind of just wanted to dick with him, and I did that. He leapt. Which really isn't that important, but... Now I'm kind of killable, that is, dieable.
Dire's bottom
I
tower
could be
is under attack.
died. TP Scroll's good here. Magic Wand is... It's okay on this hero. And now I'm planning to do some jungling. Oh, I got spotted by the Lina. I didn't even see her on the map. That was a pretty big misplay by me. I obviously didn't see her from my camera positioning, but I saw her this time. I left the jungle, she walked past there, and I got ultied. I was really upset about dying in that way. I was so butthurt about that one. I was like, oh my god, why would he be there? But he saw me come out of the secret shop because he knew that my HP was low. If I wouldn't have dived, if I didn't dive after the bottom, I wouldn't have been in that position. So, you know, it's my mistake twice over there. And it's good that you watch replay for stuff like that, because if you just think about those bad memories, you're like, wow, why the heck was that Lina there? It was so stupid of him. It was a good play by that guy. That's their best player in my opinion. And he made a good play, but I made a stupid play. And all I saw was the final reaction. I wouldn't have known that if I didn't watch this replay. That's why doing replay commentaries helps me be a much better Dota player, because I'm watching more of my games, whereas normally I just don't watch my replays. It's a really good way to get better, though. You notice your failings, the things you could have done better, and even if it's a small little trickle in your mind, it makes a big difference. Look how much damage I do creeps now. It's amazing. I've only got an Aquila, Treads, and a Quelling Blade, and now I'm hitting for like over 100 damage. Again, it's constantly adjusting due to the fact that heroes are healing and taking damage at different rates. Now things get a little scary. I don't know where anybody is on the map. I have 1 ward, but I know that at least one of the Linas is top. I could also jungle here. I think that would have been okay. But the large camp was blocked due to our Observer Ward. Our Observer Ward did actually block. They also have an Observer Ward there, as we can see. I kind of wanted to kill the Lina. Don't know if she can see me or not. I knew it would be the one hiding over here. I thought that was pretty clear. Don't know if this is a good idea or not. She should just TP probably. Ah, that was unfortunate. If the Zeus ulti a little bit earlier, I think I would have gotten that kill. Because it would have buffed up my damage and my movement speed. And where in exchange the Zeus ulti came a little late. I think if Zeus would have ultied as soon as she went blind on me, then I would have just gotten the kill. Because I would have had vision, I just could have right-clicked her, and then I could have dodged her stun and gone for the right-clicks. I think that would have been okay. So, slightly late Zeus ult there. The vision would have been good. I think I asked for it verbally on mic is what happened. I asked for Zeus ult to find her. Didn't quite work out. But it's not that big of a deal. You know, I wasted some of my time. I didn't maybe farm super efficiently,
Dire's
but
middle tower
Rupture is
under
very low
attack.
cooldown, 60 seconds. So it's up pretty often. It again doesn't do amazing damage, but it's good. It's an ability to help you snowball without needing farm. And I should be farming more. I'm not spending that much time farming. Part of the reason is because I was playing offlane. Very clear that they have a ward here now, or they saw me approach. So let's just take a look on full screen free camera to see where it was. And I guess it was right here. So he just kind of guessed because he saw me go this way. So he assumed I would wrap around, I guess. But I didn't spend very much time farming. Probably should spend a little bit more. Don't know if the stacked other. I actually did, so that was good. I also got a second level in Blood Right. I think this may have been a mistake. Like, the damage bonus from this is not amazing. It's only 5 seconds, but the duration of Blood Rage goes up and the cooldown goes down massively. So you can start casting it on multiple people during a team fight, and that's cool. And it also really increased my farming speed. Like, I've done a moderate amount of ganks. I've gotten 4 out of the 5 kills this game, and now we're kind of at a point where... That was a really nice attempt at a Fate's Edict. He should have just ultied her, though. If he just would have ultied the Zeus, then Zeus would have been guaranteed to survive. But I think, if I remember correctly, Chris said that he felt that they would be fine. No intention to rupture here. Just wanted to throw the silence. This is kind of scary. Nice stun from Melina. This is quite dangerous looking. I really wanted to go for that bottom kill. She did actually leap, but that wasn't going to work. I also took a lot of damage from the death ward, so I wasted a lot of time the last like 5 minutes. I really didn't get very much farm. I didn't get a successful kill off. What I probably should have been doing is just hardcore jungling the whole time. I think that was a pretty big mistake. I pick up a chainmail here. I believe that's for a blade mill. Goal being obviously to trade hits with my opponents and reflect damage a little harder than I take it. It's kind of scary though. This is kind of scary to jungle as well, but we see quite a few heroes on the map, so. And again, I got another Blood Right. I think I've played another Bloodseeker game since this one, and I thought about it afterwards, and I felt like more Blood Rage would have been better. The Blood Right's pretty good though, because they have 5 heroes that cast spells. Like, they actually have 5 heroes that cast spells, so if I prevent them from casting spells for longer, it should win us team fights, right? It also increases the damage that I do. I would maybe argue if I'm playing offlane, this build is better, but if you're playing anywhere near what a Bloodseeker should be doing, which is safe for jungle, and in pro games nobody jungles, they all play like a farming Bloodseeker, or in some cases maybe a mid, but should have blood righted before I casted that. A little mistake there.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Forced the TP out here. Wasn't really a good rupture, honestly, but there should be somebody up here with me. The role of a good support basically is to be in position when a core is ready to take a fight, basically. And I was definitely very ready to take a fight. I got sent back, but they still got a disruptor kill, so that was okay for me. But what a support should be doing is they should be moving towards top if I'm there, because if anybody comes to farm it, then me plus anyone else will get a kill. Is basically what will happen. So there's my blade mail finish. I should sell those components, which I think I do, because you can buy a full blade mail at a side shop now. Continue farming, power level, get that gold, all that stuff. I was able to tread switch here just in time. Man, if I just didn't mess up my blood right, that would have been so good. And because I missed it, I had to run. Lena can also blink. Ooh, that was scary. So, yeah, if I just place my blood right in a position where she couldn't duke in the trees. I mean, more than likely she was going to be able to dodge that no matter what, but
Radiant's bottom
I don't know if
tower
she ran
is
out of
under
mana or
attack.
what, but she never used her ultimate there. Her missing the stun was really
Radiant's
good for me
bottom
though.
tower has fallen.
But I really should be farming more. Like a lot of Bloodseekers that I see that play really well, they come out with ridiculous items, and it's basically because of the Quelling Blade and the Blood Rage. You should shift from a safe farm position, probably into jungling very early if you're playing Bloodseeker
Dire's
correct.
middle tower is under attack.
And that includes levels of Thirst as well as Blood Rage, your first skill. I still would probably go 1-1-4 no matter what, but maxing Blood Rage afterwards is probably the better build for guaranteeing farm. It really is, because you're increasing your damage by 15%, more than that actually, because not only is it increasing the damage you deal with Blood Rage, but you're also guaranteeing uptime. You need level... what level is it? Level 2 to have permanent uptime. So at the very least, getting a second level of Blood Rage is probably worth it if you're jungling, because once you get enough stats and levels to the point where you're not taking more not taking more damage than you're dealing,
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
then you need to make sure that you're able to jungle at full efficiency. So using Blood Rage occasionally Blood Right, to farm occasionally is not bad. But see, at this point I really don't take very much damage, and that's just with a Stout Shield, because I have Quelling Blade and a Blade Mail. My armor's really high. I should have Blood Rage there to heal. There's no reason not to. So by the time I get to the next camp, it'll be up. Blocked my camps, or blocked a camp here. Now I want to TP to the top lane to see if I can kill this Lina, but like this is like bad movement basically. This is like our team is not moving well. We're moving S5 basically to try to set up ganks. What should be happening is we should have like 3 cores farming lanes, and then the supports can rotate around, or sometimes a core can rotate to another lane. That's what should be happening, but instead what's happening is our whole team is moving across the map, which we get spotted a lot and stuff like that. I smoked everybody except for the Medusa, and unfortunately this guy broke the smoke. I don't know. Yeah, I wasn't even able to get to the side jungle. I think I was quite frustrated at this moment, because I felt like no space or anything was happening on the map.
Radiant's
But I
middle
can just sit
tower
over
is
here and
under
farm at
attack.
least for now. Get a 275 heal. It's like a lot of heroes actually mid. Really need a rupture on her. But luckily we're able to grab...
Radiant's middle tower is
Oh, that was really... that kill needed to happen, honestly. But now I get that uber movement speed that all the Bloodseekers love. 775. I didn't have Blood Rage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
That was a really close jackal. Yes, Blade Mail paying off. And let's get some heals. It's maybe the wrong time to cast it on me. I think he was trying to...
Dire's top tower.
he was trying to heal me, but you don't really need to worry about healing a Bloodseeker unless he's about to die, I feel. The ultimate would have saved me there. A little bit slow reaction from our Oracle, but not the end of the world. We still got a lot out of that. Mid tower got destroyed, I guess, so we didn't deny that, but I killed the Mirana, I killed the Wind Ranger, and then I died to the Lina coming back. But again, Lina was our best player, so 6-1-4 on a support. That's good. If you're playing support like that and you're doing a good job, that's great. Good for you. Alright, what item do I need? BKB is kind of what I need first, I feel, due to the fact that they have almost all casting heroes. They have a lot of stuns and things like that. Stuns are basically what counters Bloodseeker. I didn't talk about this in the Dota buff game at all. That room's her haste, by the way, so that's really good. But stuns and immobilizers are what beats Bloodseeker. You know what's a really good hero against Bloodseeker? Meepo. Because, well, in some ways Meepo is bad, because there's a lot of units to get their HP low, which means that, in turn, Meepo can, or Bloodseeker will run fast, but that's a super dead Oracle. I don't know if I could kill anybody here. I really wanted to. I forgot to Blood Rage here. Oh, he actually still died anyways, so I got the kill, but... no reason not to Blood Rage. If you cast Blood Rage, you should almost always Blood Rage right after. As well as Rupture damage, because he got scared of me. He's been dying so many times to me. I felt like if I hadn't killed that guy so many times in the early game, I wouldn't have been able to have him to force that mistake, basically, which is what I just saw here right next to me, but wasn't paying attention. A little bit of Blood Rage. Go ahead, cast your spells. Go ahead. Go ahead. He kept trying to cast the Laguna Blade. Oh, I'm fucking dead. Okay. I saw his animation, his hand would come out, he'd be like, yeah, yeah. But as soon as he blinks, I probably should have juked and ran down. That would have been the smart thing to do. Anticipate, he's got a blink dagger, he's going to be able to chase after. Chachi loves building Maelstroms, so he builds Maelstroms all the time, even though it's not really the right choice. And this is one of those games, man. That item is pretty expensive, and you can buy better stuff for it. That guy got really scared. Wind Ranger's alive, and... looks like I'm still dead here. What's my KDA like? 5 deaths. Normal. Feed. Just me being me. Built the Yasha first over the Sanj. Is that the right choice? I don't know, maybe. On the bright side, due to me dying this many times, Shachi just hasn't died yet, and he hasn't been pressured at all, and he actually has a lot of last hits this game, 190. So he did a good job this game getting last hits, honestly. Usually he kind of chokes with that, but he's been getting a little bit better at carry lately. His farm has gone up. It's the Maelstrom, must be real. He's a little bit worried about the Shadow Shaman taking these, I think, so I nuked it. I still missed a lot of those. What probably should have happened as soon as I got there, he just should have left, rather than sapping the experience, because I assume his level's okay. Because he's level 9, and Chachi died here. Or not. Almost died, that's for sure. A lot of heroes bought. And Scotty is so good some games. Looks like I did kill Lina, but I never casted Blood Rage on myself, so I didn't get the heal. Pretty big mistake here. I really want to go fight this, but it's just not safe. I will take those heals though. It's about 300 HP. So I think I got there a little late, and I didn't quite... I keep forgetting to cast Blood Rage in a lot of fights. I think when the Lina died, I was like, why the hell didn't I heal? It's because I didn't cast Blood Rage. I messed that up quite a few times this game. But I'm not really a common Bloodseeker player. I don't play him very often, so... if there's any hero you don't play often, you're going to have little mistakes like that. Doesn't look like I can do anything about that one. Except for maybe come from the backside and rupture. 5 seconds.
Radiant's bottom tower is
To didn't want to come out until
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
unfortunately. Luckily fast enough. She did end up dying, but again I didn't have Blood Rage on, so
Burn, baby, burn.
that was the one that I think I had like a couple deaths like that. I really needed to cast Blood Rage on myself, but didn't always expect her to die, I guess. If you don't get the kill, by the way, but you're close by, you will still get half the heal, I believe, is how they changed it. Because it used to not heal you. You used to not get heals from heroes you didn't kill, which is kind of the stupidest part about Bloodseeker in the past. Like, if you don't do the kill stealing, you don't get healed, and then you're screwed, because you didn't get like a full HP heal. But if you did get the kill, then you get a full HP kill, or a full HP heal. But getting partial health was better. Pudge used to work like that too. It's a good ulti by Oracle there. Perfect Zeus ult right at the end of the Dusa ult. Oh, Dusa might... Oh, actually, never mind. Killed the Lina there. And I TP'd to see if I could clean up, but at this point everybody's pretty much dead. One of the nice things about quelling is killing that tree and increasing your farm efficiency. I don't know if grabbing that increased my farm efficiency. Probably it would have been better off going neutrals, but... It's kind of where the Yasha helps a lot. Increases the movement speed and all that good stuff. I think my movement speed's actually 400, by the way. I think that one's accurate. Alright, Sandra's finished. Probably should have built BKB first because it would allow me to basically just... If I had BKB this game in Blood and Blade Mail, all I would do was rupture somebody, Blood Rage myself, run in BKB, and just start punching dudes. But I can't do that because I'm so scared about shackle shots and Lina combos and crap like that. This is like the most BKB BKB game after or ever, and I just didn't buy it. It was a big mistake. And then the next Bloodseeker game I played a couple days ago, maybe like 4 days ago, 5 days ago, I bought BKB first, and it wasn't even a BKB game. It was just such a mistake. Like, if you don't play hero enough, you're not gonna properly recognize when it's the right time to build certain
Radiant's
things.
top tower
It's a
is
huge
under
loss to
attack.
you. Like, it makes a big difference. My Sanjinasha is also like 10 minutes too late, at least. I should have this items, like, if I was playing a carry, I'd probably have them at least 10 minutes earlier. But because I was offlane, it was a little bit harder. So that's why Bloodseeker is not really an offlane hero. He's a snowball hero. And you don't want to play snowball heroes in offlane. You want to play heroes that are kind of good with just experience and not that much farm. Bloodseeker's kind of like that, but not really. I should just run past. No reason to sit back up. And now I can. I killed the sentry, I don't know why. Luckily I was able to grab the... That was literally... Alright, I gotta reinvestigate this. Alright, let's see what happens. So, I've got Blood Rage on. I saw it this time. Blood Rage. Dying hero. Didn't blade mail it. I was like, alright, I'm just gonna kill him. Because if I kill him... Look at that, I didn't even get healed. What's up with that? I thought you get healed. I guess you don't get healed anymore by that? I'm guessing. Man, Chachi dicked me so hard because I just died here. Look at that. Like, I really needed to get that kill, and he needed to stop attacking. Oh man, I assumed it was my fault. I was like, oh, I must not have had Blood Rage on, because why would I die, right? But in reality, it was just Chachi stole my kill. That's pretty much it. So that was freaking depressing. Oh my god, I really didn't need to die there. We still won the fight, but I suppose you can kind of see how good Zeus is with Bloodseeker though. As soon as Zeus ulties, I'm running like a race car, and I should have chased people down. Instead, what happened is I stand around, I'm like, I wasn't ready to party. What do I do? And I killed a frickin' sentry ward. Like, I could have just ran down the guys to the right or something. Instead, I went for the harder kills. Really, Wind Ranger is a lot more difficult. Because if she just presses her W key or her E key, whatever it is, then I can't do damage to her for 5 seconds. That's a pain in the butt. That's a good position to have the upgraded Shadow Blade in. Again, evasion. If you need to burst somebody down that is evasion, then you can do that. Alright, so Sundry Nasha, Blade Mill. My deaths are huge, but I am fast, and that feels good. And somebody's healing right now, you can tell by my numbers ticking down rapidly. And what do I do now? Ancientine is pretty good. Getting farm is good. I really play this game like ass, honestly. Like, I kind of got the principles down. I forgot to show you my Bloodseeker win rate, I think. I have like a 68% win rate on Bloodseeker. It's actually quite good. But I kind of played Bloodseeker more before. This is really scary. Oh, that was good. Oh, yeah, I like that. Well, I have to run. Luckily, because I'm so fast, that I didn't get caught here. Alright, just need a kill, baby. Got that kill. Alright, we're gonna have to go back and watch, because that moment always also confused me. Sorry to do this, guys. Alright, let's watch this in slow-mo. So I thought I was gonna live there, alright? So I get Oracle ultied, right? Blood Rage myself. Taking no heals. I got mech healed. I got that kill, so I should have healed from it. Got that kill. And then what happened? I don't know. Let's pause the game. Let's take a look at this. Target is Bloodseeker. Let's go Lena and refresh. Okay. So How about anything with Bloodseeker? Okay. Let's see what happened on my Bloodseeker here. Alright, so I get Yulesed. Take damage. Got Dragon Slaved. Where's the Oracle? Doesn't say. Whatever. I got healed from mech. Right? Mirana hits me for HP. Okay, here's the false promise. False promise. A lot of debuffs. A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff happened when the Oracle. Okay. So here's me taking false promise damage. This is awfully confusing. I assume these are all focus fire shots. Wind Ranger hits Bloodseeker for 61 damage, and then I get Laguna Bladed. I have no idea how false promise works. I honestly have no idea. But I felt like I was going to live there, right? Did you see what I did? I killed 2 people, which means I was healing for 25% of their max HP, and that's doubled because I got Oracle ultied. And I got Oracle mech'd. I feel like I didn't get double heal for Blood Rage kills or something. Because I felt like I should have won that fight. I almost want to do the math or something because... Oops, I didn't mean to zoom out so far. Alright, let's see how much HP the people that I kill have. So this is going to heal me for 250 if I kill this guy. It's about 250. And this guy has about 250 as well. That guy had more. He had like 1500. I don't know. I guess I took all their damage for a couple seconds, but that was I don't know. False promise makes everything fucking complicated, basically, is what happens. And what I really should have had is a BKB there, because then I would have magic immune and I would have actually taken no damage the whole time. This is literally the most BKB game I've ever seen for a Bloodseeker, and I didn't build one. I was like, I'm going to get a Blade Mail. Wrong choice. Really the wrong choice.
Dire's top tower is under
Alright,
attack.
so that sucked again. Could have used a heal, though, from the Oracle. If Oracle casted his nuke on me, the one that heals you over time, I think that would have been really good. Because I think that could have potentially kept me alive. Would have given me a bit more heal to go on. So I guess the Blood Rage heal really isn't that much, just 25% of max health. It's not quite as much. In the past, it was like a ridiculous amount, like 50% or something like that, 60%. That was, I think it was 40%. Old Blood Rage used to be, or Blood Right or whatever, Bath of Blood. It was like Bath of Blood, I think is what it used to be called. I think it would give 40% on heroes and like 20% on creeps at max. Now it does 25% to everything. I should have had a BKB. That's more or less story there. Regardless of how much I actually should have tanked, I should have had a BKB. No reason not to when they have 5 spellcasters. If you have Black King Bar, the only way that you die is physical damage, basically. Or Rupture, I guess. So because of that, one of the counters, other than locking him down, is just physical damage burst. And they have no solution against that, unless they buy like a Deso or something like that. They could get a Desolator. They could also get AC. Medallion works really well in my Dazzle game that I uploaded a few days ago, or whenever that was. Medallion was a really good solution. Weave works as well, Solar Crest, all that good stuff. Physical damage is a counter to Bloodseeker. That would have been a great Hex. I wanted to get a gank here. I think this is one of the times that I try to orchestrate somebody sitting up where I was. At this point, I didn't feel very safe being here,
Is under attack.
because we showed so much. At some point, they're going to shift extra heroes up there, and they're going to go for a kill. I think we're expecting a gank on the bot lane, so we move the Zeus Illusion around as well. Just saw that hero TP away. And now it's finally like, Alright, I should get a BKB. And that should have been my first item. Maybe Blade Mail first is okay, but Black King Bar afterwards was really needed. At least I got level 16, that's cool. My Rupture does more damage now. It's a Diffusal Blade on Wind Ranger. That is not the item. It doesn't really counter any of our... Oh, I guess it's good against Dusa. But I guess it's a value item against Dusa, but everybody else it's terrible. Definitely not worth it. Chachi's quite farmed here. Butterfly puts him in a good spot. It's not amazing how fast you farm. All I have is a Sanjin Yasha and a Quelling Blade. Part of the game's quite boring, I must say. And here's the part where you start doing synergy stuff. Medusa with Blood Rage is godly. Look at that damage. 40% increase to damage that Medusa does. It's pretty incredible. She does take bonus damage, but she has so much HP that I kind of feel like it's worth it because it's AoE. It's hitting everybody in the team fight. And if she gets kills, she gets heals. Not that the heals are amazing because usually she wants mana pool more than she wants HP pool. But eventually get the kill. Look at that damage.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There's a really nice arrow by the bottom. That was the only way she survived. The Alina, that is. Because I knew she had a blink dagger, so I just had to hit her instantly. And you can usually do that, but if you get if you get stunned or something, you're not going to get it. So we got that kill. I just need to get a heal off on a large creep. That's what I should be doing. And almost BKB. Now I've seen some Bloodseekers just keep Quelling Blade into the late game due to the fact that you can farm really fast with it and stuff like that. And I feel like I think this game I sold my Quelling and I got an Aquila instead. Or I kept my Aquila instead because I felt like the stats would be better. See, Aquila gives you 15 damage against heroes. Quelling Blade does nothing. So that was kind of my idea. But Quelling Blade increases your damage by like 40, whereas Aquila is only 15. So, and I also don't know if that 40 damage is then boosted by Blood Rage because I feel like it is. So it's more like having an extra relic against creeps, something like that. It's probably better to have a Quelling Blade, which is kind of amazing considering the item is such an inexpensive item. But my damage is still pretty good. But it's very noticeable when you drop your Quelling Blade. I would have two-shot that creep before, I feel. It's still very fast though, so it's okay. BKB's up, it's 10 seconds. I've got way too many deaths. It's a very dead hero. This is the old BKB kill people thing. That I should have frankly been doing all game. Yet here we are. Oracle shouldn't have ultied me there because I was able to use BKB. Should have blade mailed a little earlier here.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Quite fast at the moment.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant structures are
Go fast, Sam.
fortified.
It's so crazy. Don't quite know why I blade milled there. Maybe I was anticipating the Laguna blade or something. Keep missing
Dire's
completely.
middle tower is under attack.
See, they don't quite want to engage. It's kind of dangerous though. If I don't have BKB, it's not very safe for me to go high ground. Kind of a hard choice, honestly. I think it's just safer to wait for BKB though. Almost got it anyways, so. Lena doing Lena things. Did I talk enough about Blood Rage? Cast it on yourself when you want to heal and do more damage. Don't cast it on yourself when you're anticipating dying. Unless you can kill somebody with it first, then it's worth it. And the next item I buy, I feel like MKB. Maybe an Abyssal Blade would be good. But I'm not entirely... I don't remember what I buy. It's like I bought a Basher. Basher will help me lock down heroes like Lena, Disruptor. Also, my attack speed's quite high already due to the treads and the Sanjin Yasha. My high agility gains, so... Also gives you a little bit of HP, that's kind of nice. Yeah, so I want Abyssal Blade. I think that's a good choice. The other one was MKB, which helps me hit through Wind Run, but I feel like the Basher is needed to help me kill some of the annoying heroes that have been difficult to kill. So during these team fights, I probably should be Blood Raging the Zeus, but I didn't really do it very much because we didn't have very much faith in our Zeus player. So I thought it'd be better to Blood Rage myself and potentially Medusa, but I think I needed to Blood Rage Medusa a lot more this game. I only did it a couple times. The only other reason that this game went kind of okay late is because Erdusa didn't get pressure at all, and they don't really have a hard carry. And the only one they do have is Wind Ranger, and she built kind of weird items. She built anti-Deuce items, basically. Really didn't need to silence there. That hero was dead. I would like to run into fights if I can, though. If I can find enemies. But with Disruptor dead like that, we can probably just go high ground. Now we spot all these heroes. I think we were worried about Pottle Multi, I guess. We should just go high ground with this. I think we wanted to catch the Pugna, but that was just a waste of our time. Very likely that he TP'd.
Radiant's top
Did
tower
I call
is
Roche
under
here?
attack.
This doesn't feel safe at all. We need a ward on the high Roche spot. It's the only way this feels safe. I think I asked for it here. Maybe. Yeah. Alright, so I think the solution is... What I wanted them to do is stay in the Roche pit, and I wanted to snake around and try to catch them. I thought that was the best thing to do. Unfortunately, I spotted a creep, or got spotted by a creep. I didn't really want a BKB there, because I felt like he was baiting me. And then I just ended up dying, so...
Dire's middle tower
I
is
didn't
under
like how
attack.
my team played that at all. My team didn't play that quickly. They left the Roche pit because I left the Roche pit, but I don't think I told them to do that. So it's like one of those things where if you give a lot of commands, they end up following you a little bit too much to the T. And sometimes don't do the right thing. So I think they should have probably stayed down there and then maybe have me wrap around. Or maybe I could have just ruptured the Lena on the high ground. That might have been another solution. Or if we placed a sentry up there and killed their ward first, then we would have had guaranteed ward vision and would have been able to work around. But it's kind of unfortunate the way that it worked. That guy's super dead. So they just kind of won the team fight without me, which was cool.
To the radiant.
The reason we won that is because they threw all of their nukes on the Dusa, and the Dusa is made to tank damage, so no huge surprise there. And again, I spent more time dead. I mean, I really didn't play this game very well. I'm almost regretting making this into replay commentary because my performance was so bad, but I did learn a lot from this game. Like, though Bloodseeker does feel very strong, he's not
Dire's middle tower
he's not
is under
super
attack.
overpowered. He has very good uses, but he's not super overpowered, I feel.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Hero that's most overpowered currently is probably Leshrac. Get to run all fast.
Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen.
I don't think that was worth a Oracle ulti. I told everybody to stop attacking because I wanted Chachi to get the creeps. And there we go, full heal. And pretty fast too. What are her items? Butterfly. Open that up. Damn it, stop opening. Scotty, Manta, and a Maelstrom. I told them to go all the super tryhard items. So close to having my Abyssal Blade.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Look how fast it was. Oh man. Oh man. Watching this now, I was like, there's no way we're gonna get that kill. And all of a sudden my hero's just like, pew! And that's what he does,
Dire's
man.
middle tower is under attack.
Oh, that's called a mistake, guys.
Dire's bottom barracks has fallen. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I feel like I did get double heal on the Oracle ulti just now. Because I only killed like 2 creeps there. Picked up a lot of kills at the end,
Dire's
but
top tower is under
I played this
attack.
game so poorly. You can play Bloodseeker much better this. The way the Bloodseeker is basically good is understanding the strengths of your opponents and how their abilities work, and you have to play around them. Bloodseeker's always gonna want to run into melee range against you. So all you have to do is anticipate when his disables are coming, and then, you know, not die and stuff.
Dire's top barracks has fallen. The
This
radiant
time I was
now
wise
has
to his
negative
Lincolns, and I broke it with a Blood Rage.
vanish.
I think Chachi was buying something. It worked out really nicely, actually. The Blood Rage before Rupture. Rupture into Blood Rage usually gives them time to react, but if I Blood Rage first,
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
felt good. So now he's got Rapier. I think he sold his boots to buy it. Gave him the bonus damage.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Fortunately for me, the Lina ulti goes
Attack.
right through BKB, so I just died, and that's the game. Really bad. Honestly, not a good demonstration how to play the hero correctly, but I at least got time to talk about the principles and kind of understand how the hero is useful. Basically, play farm lane, get a lot of last hits in your lane, maybe get a kill, maybe not. Carry TP, gank other places when you get your 6, and then just spend a lot of time farming as well. Gank basically, go back to farming. Gank, go back to farming. Use Rupture, go back to farming. And spend a lot of time killing neutrals with a Quelling Blade because you can kill them so fast. And just power level your items. Buy the right items. Please, if you need a BKB, get a BKB. Don't do what I did here. This game could have been so simple if I just would have bought a BKB first, because all those early fights where that looked like a double kill or a triple kill, all I needed to do was pop BKB and run right in and just auto attack like 6 times, and I would have had like 3 kills. But I didn't have a BKB, so I couldn't do it because they just would have like yules me into Lina combo and I just die. So that was very poorly done, but that's a Bloodseeker game. I'll try to. I'm gonna sneeze. Excuse me. I'll try to do another Bloodseeker game soon, because that one was so mediocre. But whatever. At least I talked about the hero. All right. Thanks for watching. Goodbye, guys.